Also have to ask you, because I know it's quite funny, working with Aretha Franklin.
The thing is, Aretha, when I worked with Aretha, and you had to go to Detroit to work with Aretha. I don't know if you still do, but at that point in time, you had to go to Detroit. And so I went there to make the record, and I went there to make the video. I was too nervous to produce her or write the song, so we did somebody else's song, and Narada Michael Walden produced. He's a lovely man, and he worked with Aretha many times before. Well, he just made that album, Who's Zooming Who, with her, which had Freeway of Love, which I nicked I'm Your Man from. I shouldn't have said that. And well, just the idea of it, the old kind of idea of it. So we were working together on I Knew You Were Waiting, and when she arrived with this huge, covered in tinfoil thing of ribs, big rack of lamb, you know. And I said, I'm really sorry, Aretha, but I haven't eaten meat for many years, right? Which is no longer the case, but I gave up meat for about 12 years. And she said, okay. And then while I was in the studio doing my takes, because we did end up doing the choruses together. You know, we sang them together, which was phenomenal. She wanted to do it that way, but we sang them either side of the mic, the way they always pretend to in the videos. Can you imagine? I'm standing there just freaking out. I'm singing the other side of a mic with Aretha Franklin, and she's treating me like an equal. You know, obviously I'm not, but she was treating me with such respect. But before she came and did her bit, I was doing my bits on my own, and she was literally, because I wasn't going to have them, she thought I might as well have them, and she can get through a rack of ribs like a machine. But the best bit was, at the end of each one, she would rip off the rib and throw it across the room into this bin. And every time, but it was right the other side of the studio, but she'd been in that studio so many times and presumably eaten so many ribs that she could hit that bucket in the corner like that. It was like, you know, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. She could have worked at a fairground.